When you work in cybersecurity, every morning starts about the same. The first 30 to 45 minutes, you open up 5 different news websites, you pull up LinkedIn, you're scrolling through X, all for one goal to figure out what I need to know today. And most of your time is spent, pilfering through the junk. So I decided to try and solve that problem. And I did that with the automation software n8n and a good old AI LLM. Let's get to it. So here's my daily cyber threat workflow. It's my solution to the problem. So how it works is it pulls in data from all these reputable cybersecurity sources. It normalizes it so that everything looks the same, puts it all together, and selects the most important stuff, the stuff you need to know. And then it pushes it into the LLM. And then that LLM will take that data and says, hey, this is what you need to know. So I'm going to go over the whole thing in a high level, and I'm going to go kind of quick. So here, as every workflow begins, we have our control layer. These are the triggers. So I have 2 triggers. I have a manual trigger, so I can just click it and it runs whenever I want. If I just have to click it. And then I have my schedule trigger. So this is more of the production trigger, right? So this runs on a schedule. I have it set to run every day at 9:30, but you can set yours to run whenever you want. So once these triggers are triggered, it goes to the ingest layer. And this is where all those RSS feeds live. I try to pull in the most reputable sources and the sources that I use on a daily basis. So I have Bleeping Computer, the Hacker News, Krebs, CISA, SANS, Google Project, and Microsoft. After we ingest all that data from those sites, we go to the normalize layer. Now, in this layer, we have a bunch of different code nodes, and each site has its own node. And the reason for that is each site formats its data differently. So Bleeping Computer doesn't have the same formatted data as Krebs does. And the same thing for the Hacker News and the same thing for CISA. So this layer takes in that data and then it normalizes it so that all the data from each site looks the same. That way, when we go to the next stage, the aggregate stage, and I call it aggregate news because these are all the news sites. This stage, it all looks the same. So we can pull it together and everything fits nicely. And keep in mind, I have 2 paths here. I have the news layers, and then this Microsoft layer is a little bit different. It mainly has CVE, so that's why I have it separated. I'm just going to focus on the news part for it first, and we'll come back to the CVE. So we pulled in the data from all this news sites, from RSS feeds. We normalize it so all the data looks the same. Then we pull it together and we merge it with this merge node right here. After we merge it, we're going to clean it. We're going to trim it so that everything's consistent. And then we deduplicate the stories because we're pulling for a bunch of different news nodes. We're going to have duplicates. The Hacker News and Bleeping Computer have the same stories all the time. And then the next code node here is the filter node. And what this does is it's going to filter out everything older than the last 36 hours because we only want stuff we need to know today. Then we move on to the score, rank, and select stage. Not every CVE, vulnerability, or article deserves the same amount of attention, right? That's the whole goal of this, is that we want to know what we need to know. These code nodes this one actually ranks based off keywords. So if it has like a 0 day, it has a score. So we're scoring each row, which each row is like an article, like one article from the Hacker News would be a row. So we're scoring those based off keywords in that article so that we can pull the most important stuff. Now, you might think, why don't you just have the AI do that? Well, this is a lot of data. So we want to give the AI something that's digestible. You don't want a fire hose down the AI's throat. It's not going to do well. Okay. So that's what we're doing is we're filtering, we're cleaning, we're scoring, we're ranking. So the next code node is going to select the top intel. So we just ranked it, we just scored it. We're going to take the top stuff, what we need to know. So after we score, rank it, and we select the top stuff, we're going to do a little bit more formatting, and then we're going to merge it with the CVE stuff. Now, keep in mind, I haven't mentioned much about the CVE stuff, but it's the same concept through here. We just don't have to merge it. So it does a normalize stage, and then it does its own clean and filter stage. And so after it does its clean and filter stage, just like the news section does, it aggregates, it merges right here. Now, this is the meat and potatoes of the whole workflow, okay? This is the AI analysis. So we just merged in both the news and the CVE data, and we're going to do a little bit of final formatting. We're going to clean it up just a little bit more. We're going to polish it, right? And then we're going to push it into the LLM. Now, this is arguably one of the most important parts. So this is where the AI takes in that data, it analyzes it, and then it serves it on a silver platter in the format that you want by way of Discord in this case. So you can see here, this is my prompt. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole thing just because it's really long. So I'll just kind of scroll through this, but it starts off with, you're a senior cybersecurity intelligence analyst producing a daily threat brief for busy defenders. Okay. Busy. Like I said, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you can kind of see here, I have a lot of rules. I got it's your mission. Deliver the highest signal security intelligence defenders need to know today. Anything you want in your output, put it here and make sure it's very clear. After we get that output from the AI, we do a little bit of final formatting. This is just to chunk it so that it's easy for Discord to post it in wherever you want. I have it coming out in a channel in my Discord community. But yeah, this is the delivery and distribution stage. This is the silver platter that I was talking about, right? And I'll run it for you real quick just to show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you some output. So I'm going to go ahead and click execute. This is what it looks like. It's pretty cool to watch go through the whole thing. And here's an example from this morning. Daily threat brief, February 2nd. Ongoing campaigns, Notepad++, update hijack, that's a big one. eScan antivirus compromise. MongoDB data extortion, vulnerability and patch management. Microsoft recently updates fix critical issues impacting user authentication processes. Defender takeaways, restrict unauthorized update paths, hunt for exposed databases. And then it kind of shows you what you should do today. I built this so I could spend less time doom scrolling and more time defending. If you learned something, or if you just like my content, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.